sunny side, always on the sunny side. Keep on the sunny side of life. It will help us every day, it will brighten all the way, if we'll keep on the sunny side of life.
Hello and welcome to Sunnyside Comics in association with Culture Northern Ireland. For many people trying to break into comics, it involves a lot of stapling and photocopying, but not for the Brown brothers from Berserker Comics. They've taken self-publishing to a whole other level. We caught up with them at 2D to see what they had to say.
Andy Brown, Belfast.
I'm Ryan Brown from Belfast as well.
Berserker Comics started in 2008. We've published probably about 4 or 5 different titles at this stage, and we're hoping to publish as many more as possible. In fact, we're going to start publishing some extra stuff pretty soon, extra material that we're not working on ourselves. Mostly it's our own material at the moment. We wanted to make some comic books, and we thought the best way to do it is make our own. That way you can make whatever material you like and no one can really vet you on it. You just do any story type, any art type, and it saves, you know, having to go with other editors and then them complaining about certain things in the story. Like most of our stories are adult, so it means that we can literally put anything into the story we want and no one's going to complain about it. So we thought the best way to do your own real work is to literally publish it yourself. Alan Grant, he does writing on 2 of our books at the minute. Glenn Fabry, who does the covers on a lot of the books and also does the interiors on Church of Hell 3 and issue 4, which isn't out yet. And Simon Bisley, who does some covers and did the interiors for The Dead, and he's also doing the interiors for the new one, 13 Coins. We want to be involved in it, but we prefer to do the parts that we think we're best at and put in talent where you should use it. You know, there's no point in us, like we come up with the ideas for the stories, for instance, but we're not going to write the story for scripts, because if we do that, it's going to turn out pretty poor because we're not that good at writers. So in theory, what you do is you come up with the idea you want, and then you get a writer that you want to do that kind of story, and then we use the writer because obviously they've already got an ability at it, and it means the story will turn out better. We don't want to do fanzine style books. We want to do the highest quality we can possibly get. So, you know, you might as well, we know all these fellas, so you might as well use them. If they're willing to do some stuff, we should just do it. It's better. You know, we're not going to draw as good as Simon Bisley, so why not just use Simon Bisley's kind of idea?
The plan is that we're trying to produce really high quality stuff, you know, and we're learning a lot of skills ourselves. We're learning how to ink, we're learning how to colour, how to letter, all the graphics work, how to design logos, the whole process of 4-color print process stuff. Designing websites, advertising, marketing, absolutely everything. We're dealing with all that ourselves, but it's took us maybe 2 years to sort of start getting an idea of how to get it going. You know, how to really, you know, get in there and do it. And I think it's all starting to come around now. You know, if you're in it for solely money, you're not really gonna make it at all. You need to put in time and a lot of effort, you know, and that's what we're doing, really. You know, I mean, we're not going to sacrifice that part for the money. You know what I mean?
It's expensive enough, but again, it's not. Well, the thing is, we obviously have copyright for all this material anyway, so, you know, once we get all the rest going, we can always redo these books, reprint them, you know, and reuse the material. It's not like the material is dead. All we do is, you know, we publish it now, and then in the future, when it comes to a certain point, we'll just republish it again. And with the amount of sales figures that we've done already, it won't be really that hard to, you know, make extra sales figures afterwards, you know, so in theory it's still there. Plus, for instance, things like, you know, little bits of the inking or colouring or lettering can be also changed by the next time we're wanting to print it. Because we have more knowledge on it now, we can always change and fill things around a wee bit and just put it out whatever way we want. So you know, you got to learn some way or another, and you might as well just start doing it. And every time you do anything, you start to realize things you're doing wrong and things you could have done a bit better. And so you're just trying to just make the machine work a little better every time you make a book, which is working at the moment, because the newest book we're doing is definitely the best by far. It's better than any of the other stuff we've done, the 13 Coins, and I think it should make some kind of wave when it comes out, because the material is top notch, including the story. So you know, I don't think we could get any better at the moment than we've already got to.
I think the hardest thing is at the minute to really get our name around. So we're trying as much advertising and to get the word around all over the internet, you know, word of mouth and stuff, and that's kind of our major thing, you know, to try and get the word around that we're actually producing stuff, because there's an awful lot of people in Ireland or Northern Ireland that still don't even know that we're producing comics, and a lot of them have actually read The Dead and they didn't even know it was made over here. So, you know, there's an awful lot of work that has to be done there, but because we're learning the whole process, like advertising and marketing is a whole job on its own, and there's only really 3 of us working on the thing, but now we've another helper, David there, and he's helping with a lot of different bits and pieces as well. So we're trying to swell the ranks a bit, you know, and you know, get as much help as we can, like so.
It's closely turning into Berserker Studios, because there is other people who are now asking us about doing other stuff, not just for our own company. So we're going to keep it as the publishing. We're going to start publishing other people's material, like I was saying earlier, and keep on doing our own. But we will do other stuff. If people are coming up with more work for us, if we have the time, we'll still do it, whatever that is. As long as it's, you know, creative material, we don't mind. Films, games, whatever material anybody wants, you know, we'll certainly go in that direction. We couldn't really guess where we're going to go. We're just going to keep on doing what we're doing and trying to make that better and better every time. But you can't really tell how it'll go in the future. You know, we could end up with 10 more staff, or we could end up it stays the 4 of us. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell at this stage. It's taken a long time to make the new book because we want the quality to be so high. So, you know, like that, the one we're doing at the moment is probably not going to be out at the start of next year, which means it's going to have had a whole year's work on this one book, 47-page book. So, you know, but if you wanted the top quality, that's really the way you have to do it. There's no point trying to rush it out, getting it out for a certain deadline time, and lowering the quality of the book for it. Pretty pleased. Anybody who talks about the books to us, normally it's pretty good stuff they're saying, you know, so you can't really be upset about that. You know, it's not like anyone's saying the book's rubbish. Everybody says the book's good. The only problem we have is that there's a lot of people who haven't even heard of the book yet, because again, that's our flaws in trying to do all the advertising by ourselves. But, you know, again, what can you do? All we do is just keep moving forward, and in the future we'll just reprint the books and, you know, rerun it for anybody who's looking for it. Plus, I think pretty soon we're going to go into digital. You know, we're going to put all the books online anyway, so you'll be able to buy them on there as well as get the hard copies. So hopefully it'll work that way.